for right now, everything's safe. Everyone's in their new tanks. Everyone's doing well. And that's the most important thing. As hobbyists, it is our responsibility to make sure that the fish we have, we take care of to the best of our ability. So. What the? Liz! Breaker has flipped again. Come on, we gotta hurry. I'm so sick of this freaking fuse box since we changed it. Let's see. Oh my God. All right, everything's back on. Oh my God. Guys, you okay in there? That's my little breeding pair of Dovi. I wonder how cold this tank is. Jesus Christ. Let me check my other one over here. Let me see. There's my other Dovi. He's barely moving too. Oh my God. We have got to get this electrical system fixed in here. All right, he's moving around. That's good. All right, that is it. We've lost power in here over the last 2 weeks, 4 times at least. Water hose. Let's get this baby in here. That's right, guys. I'm gonna get you out of there. We're gonna take care of you. Guarantee you this water's 60 some degrees.
You're gonna have to call the management company.
I am gonna call them. I'm just gonna have to put all these fish in the fish room and make room for all of them. Some of them are just gonna have to be stuck together.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna have to slowly acclimate them to get the temperature back up. I can't even throw them into the tank. All right, guys. Well, at least they're. Let's take a look at that. I mean, he's almost ice cold. All right, guys, we're gonna take care of you. Tell you what, for a frozen fish, you sure are fast. There you go. Look at her. She's okay. She's okay. All right. Let's look at her down in there. Seem to be all right?
Yeah.
All right.
The female's much more active than the male.
Yeah, well.
They'll warm up.
They're breathing hard too. So let me get them into this tank. Do I have a lid for this anywhere?
Yes.
Sorry guys, this is not the video I was planning on making today. Nope. But Mom did say there'd be days like this. I just didn't know it'd be today. Some of you guys know I keep some cichlids out in the garage. They're not my show cichlids. They're cichlids, you know, in my quarantine tanks, or cichlids that I'm trying to heal up, or, you know, I just don't have room in the fish room. But it's like the 4th time I've come in here and this fucking room has been without power because the power keeps tripping. I just can't take it anymore. So, hold on. Just follow me. Alright, this is going to be fun figuring this out. Alright. Cut that camera off. Alright guys, we're in my fish room. I'm frustrated as hell. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put these fish at because I just can't risk these guys staying outside in the garage and the power going out and they freaking freezing or something. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I can't afford for an electrician to come out right now, especially not during Christmas time. I mean, money's tight, let's be honest. So I'm gonna have to put these fish, or put these cichlids in one of these tanks and move some stuff around and just disrupt everything that I've worked so hard to keep. I mean, it's not easy keeping the peace with cichlids. I mean, they are territorial, aggressive cichlids. These are Central and South American cichlids that get up to 20 inches, some of these guys, or more. So when you finally make the peace and have these guys where they're all, you know, coexisting with each other, you don't want to screw that up. But unfortunately, in my case, I'm gonna have to do that. Now, option number one, and I love this tank and I really don't want to do this, but option number one is this tank where I have the Cuban and I have the Trimax. Let's be honest, let me switch this camera. Let's be honest, that Trimax deserves more room than what he has right there. I mean, let's be honest. And the Cuban, who's up there, because I startled him a little bit, probably doesn't need as much space. So, should I put the breeding pair either in here or in there? Now, I'm sure your question is, well, where is the Trimax going and where is the Cuban going? Great question. So, I think, let's take a look at some of these other tanks. You know, you think that you have more than enough space in your fish room, and then something like this happens and you realize you really don't. So, this is my South American tank. I don't know how these guys do these, holding the cameras and pointing stuff. They must be athletes. But this is my South American tank, quote unquote, with one Central American cichlid, the Amphilophus centralis. Let's change the cameras. So, there is my very happy and healthy Amphilophus citranelis, along with Jack Dempsey's, Geophagus, catfish, angelfish. There's pikes in there. I don't know if you can see that pike right there. I got a bunch of pikes in there. They're all coexisting happily together. No room in this tank at all. I can't do anything with this tank. I mean, that tank is filled to the brim. There's nothing I can do with that tank. We can go over here. What do we have? We have the arowana tank, 265 gallon arowana tank. There's my sturgeon there on the bottom, chilling out, chillaxing. Just ate a big meal. And then obviously the arowanas and my pike cichlid here. There's no way I can put anything in this tank at all. There's just no way. The other tank I have is this one, which is the Oscars we rescued, as well as the Paratilapia bleakeri, and one long green Terra, and a couple of silver dollars as dithers. These Oscars are doing absolutely great. I mean, look at them. How happy. And then there, the bleakeri is doing great. It's kind of cool to see how closely in personality, in the way they act, and the way they eat, that the Oscar and the bleakeri are. They're gluttons, they're really hardy, and believe it or not, they're getting along really well in here. So let's check it out again. So I'm really happy with this tank. And I like that there's the white and then the black. And I definitely don't want to mess that up. Now sometimes this bleakeri has to show this green Terra who's boss, but it doesn't get too crazy. So this tank is a definite no. Alright. So that's a no, that's a no, this is a no. This is a possibility, right? But again, the question is, if I move the Trimax out, where does the Trimax go? Other options is we have this 150 Jaguar tank, but I think I'm gonna have to use this tank for the Parachromis lanzelli that's still sitting out in the garage that I gotta pull in here. Then here's the 90-gallon red Tiger Moto tank. Yeah, and she is definitely in breeding colors. She's looking great. The male's looking great. And I'm sorry, the camera. My camera work without my tripod is not the greatest. And then of course we have the 220-gallon that I just did an aquascape video on, but there's no way I can put anything in here. First things first, let's start putting some warm water in the Tupperware that has the Parachromis Dovi pair. All right, hold on. That's right, guys. Get that water, warm up a little bit. All right, guys, that should be good. I filled it up with water, some warmer water from the tank that they're going to be going into. That should warm them up gradually. I don't want to shock them by putting them in cold water, from taking them out of cold water, put them directly into warmer water. Obviously, they'll stress them out and cause ick. So you want to acclimate them slowly when there's been a situation like this. Okay. So while the Dovi pair is acclimating to the new water, I'm going to show you my office tank where I think I'm going to put the Cuban in there. I love this Cuban to death, guys. I mean, he's a show-worthy fish that I've been babysitting every day because I want to make him a show winner. I think like next year at a really big event, he could win best of show. So I'm not happy about moving this fish. In the end, the health of all my fish is more important than one. So let me show you the office tank. You've seen it before, but let's go see what's in there. This will certainly give the Cuban much more room to, you know, explore, have fun. Will be a lot more room for that Cuban, which I think he'll appreciate. So what do you think, guys? I think that's the best thing to do, is to put that Cuban in here, put the Trimax into the larger divided section, and then put the Dovi pair in that smaller section. At least for now, and then we'll see how things go. Come on, let's get it done. All right, guys, so I kind of have a plan. The plan is for the Cuban to go into the office tank, the Trimax to come into the larger section of this divided tank, the Dovi pair, the small Dovi pair I had in the garage, to go into the section where the Trimax was at. I have a Parachromis, an older pair of Parachromis lanzelli that I'm sure you'll recognize when you see it, that I'm going to put in the tank with the Jaguar cichlids. I'm going to have to put a divider in there to get these guys in, which is going to leave me one other fish, which is the male Parachromis Dovi. He's probably half the size of the Dovi in my big 220. I got to find a place for him, and it just might be in the South American tank or with the Oscars. We're gonna look at a couple of things, but I definitely want to make this move with the Cubans. All right, buddy. I know. All right, guys. I know some of you are going to be tripping about how I took him straight out of this tank and into the office tank without putting him into water. Listen, it took me all of 3 seconds to take him out and go from this room to the office and get him into the other tank. The parameters and the water conditions are exactly the same, so there's not going to be any issues with needing to acclimate him or any type of stress moving this fish to that tank. So it just made more sense for me, instead of taking him out, stressing him out, putting him in a bucket, walking the bucket over, stressing him out again by taking him out of the bucket and into the tank, to just do it all in one trip. So that's what I did. Now we're going to take the Trimax, and put them into this larger section of the tank. And by that time, the Dovii pair down here should be acclimated and ready to go into this tank. Let's go. Now, obviously that was easy peasy. I didn't have to acclimate him because he's in the same water he was just in. I just moved him from one side of the divider to the other. He is a beast. As much as I love that Cuban, this Trimax might be my favorite cichlid right now. I mean, he is incredible, and he's really going to enjoy this larger portion of this tank. And the other thing I'm excited about is he's going to get a chance to see these citronellas next door to him, and that's definitely going to be some fun to watch. So we're going to take that pair of Dovii and put them into this tank. I'll tell you what, this female is really active. So we'll put her in there first. And then we'll put the male in there. So let's get them in there. And there they go. And at least for now, I don't have to worry about that pair. And I'm not going to have to worry about my Lazuli pair because I'm getting ready to put them in this tank with the Jaguars. So let's do that next. Come on. Alright guys, done. I put a divider into this tank. The Parachromas Manawins, the Jaguar cichlids are on this side. The Parachromas Fredericksalii or Lazuli are in this side. And so far so good, everyone's getting along. I put a divider in, put suction cups on it, and fingers crossed, hopefully this will be alright. Now, generally speaking, 6 foot long, 150 gallon tank for 4 fish would be fine. And if the divider wasn't there, quite honestly, these guys would pick out their own territory, and one group would stay on one side, one group would stay on this side, just like it is now. However, in order to establish that territory, they would be very aggressive with one another and could literally kill one another. So don't want to take that risk. Obviously, I put a divider in myself to separate the two so that they know that's their territory, this is their territory. Is this the perfect system for these guys? No. My Jaguars are used to this entire tank, and they deserve this entire tank because they're going to get up anywhere 22 to 24 inches. I mean, this male right now is pushing 18 inches at least. But for the circumstances the way they are now, this is what we have to do. So I can't even begin to tell you how excited and happy I am that this Cuban seems to be taken to this office tank and having no issues. He's already out moving around. I mean, look at him behind me. He's only been in this tank maybe 30 minutes, and he's already showing who's boss. And apparently this small Cuban is okay with the whole situation, which was one of my biggest fear. But everything's working out well, and here he comes now, and thank God that everything's working out all right. Now, I will not for 1 second believe that it's always going to stay like this. At any moment, something can go wrong, and a fish can go aggressive and just go berserk and go rogue. But at this particular point, everything's all right. I'm going to sit here for another hour or two and just monitor stuff, and hopefully go upstairs and go to sleep confident knowing that I don't have to worry about the power going out and some of my prize fish freezing or dying because of a shitty electrical job that this Century 21 Dell did in this house that I'm renting. Alright guys, thanks so much for viewing. I really appreciate you guys. I know this is a little different than what I normally do, But I wanted you to see just the honest truth of sometimes what happens in the hobby. You have situations that happen and you got to make it work, and sometimes you got to put fish together that you normally wouldn't put together for the health of everyone. Our job as hobbyists is to make sure we're providing the best possible conditions for these fish. And once I get that electrical system taken care of, we're going to be able to move these guys back out there into their own tanks where they deserve their own space. But for now, I don't think this is a bad situation for anyone. Oh my God, this green tear is absolutely beautiful, guys. His finish is absolutely beautiful. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for viewing. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And if you didn't, leave comments below letting me know what I can do to improve your experience at King Queen Cichlids. We are so close to 5,000 subscribers. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it if you would. And we will see you guys Saturday at 7 o'clock. And don't forget, following my video, Q Aquatics is coming up next with something really cool, and then my boy Aquafunk the Angel Freak is going to close it out with another great video. Alright guys, let's get ready for the next premiere. Bye bye.